Hey everyone, do you know which blockchain is the most undervalued at the moment? Do you know how to do a proper evaluation of crypto assets? Welcome to our video on fundamental analysis in the crypto space. We aim to answer you these questions by the end of this video, so sit back, relax and get ready to learn how to navigate the crypto market like a pro. Investing in crypto assets is no walk in the park. It can be risky and it requires careful research and evaluation of all available metrics. But don't let that scare you away. With the right information and tools, you can make really profitable investments. Now, you might have heard that cryptocurrencies can be valued based on fundamental analysis because of their high market volatility. But let me tell you, that's just a myth. Just like any other asset group, cryptocurrencies can be assessed based on their intrinsic value. And that's where fundamental analysis comes into play. Fundamental analysis is about understanding how a blockchain works, what potential risks and challenges it may face, and how it compares to other blockchain projects and investments. By understanding the fundamentals, you'll be better equipped to make informed investment decisions and potentially identify opportunities for long-term growth. And that's what investing is all about, right? Spotting long-term opportunities and taking advantage of them. In this video, we're going to talk about all things fundamental analysis in the crypto space. We'll break down the basics, explain the key parameters to analyze, and show you how to use it to evaluate different blockchains. Alright, let's dive into the basics of fundamental analysis. As we mentioned, fundamental analysis is all about estimating the real value of an asset. For stocks, that might mean looking at a company's revenue, earnings, and management team. But for cryptocurrencies, it's a little different. We're looking at things like the size and growth of the network, the number of transactions processed, and the governance structure of the project. Now, you might be wondering how this differs from technical analysis. Technical analysis is all about studying charts and patterns to predict future price movements. In contrast, fundamental analysis is more focused on how to make profit over a longer period of time. Let's break down some of the key terms and concepts related to fundamental analysis. Market capitalization, or market cap for short, is the total value of all the blockchain's native coins in circulation, something like the total value of all the company's stock on the stock market. It's an important metric because it gives you an idea of the size of the ecosystem. Transaction volume is pretty self-explanatory. It's the number of transactions processed by the blockchain network. And network size is the number of nodes or participants in the network. Now, you might be thinking that all of this sounds a lot like analyzing stocks. And you're right, there are some similarities. But there are also some key differences. For one, the crypto market is still relatively new, so there's less data available. Plus, the market is extremely volatile, which can make it harder to make predictions. It's important to note that fundamental analysis in crypto does have some limitations. Data availability is one of the biggest challenges, since many blockchain projects do not disclose information about their operations. And even when data is available, it can be difficult to interpret. Additionally, there's a certain level of subjectivity when it comes to analyzing the value of an asset. Different investors may have different opinions about what constitutes fair value for a blockchain project. But despite these limitations, fundamental analysis can still be a valuable tool for evaluating cryptocurrencies and making informed investment decisions. Just make sure to keep in mind that it's not a perfect science and be aware of the potential limitations. Alright, now we're getting into the meat of the video. We're going to talk about the key parameters that are important to consider when evaluating a blockchain. First, let's talk about frameworks. There are different frameworks out there for evaluating blockchains, but the goal is always the same: to identify strong metrics that can't easily be gamed. When it comes to crypto fundamental analysis, there are three main metric categories to consider: on-chain metrics, financial metrics, and project metrics. First up, on-chain metrics. These metrics give you a glimpse into network activity and ecosystem health. They can include things like the number of active addresses, the number of transactions processed, and the size of the network. The data for these metrics can be pulled from websites and APIs specifically designed for the purpose of informing investment decisions, like coin metrics or coin market cap. Next, financial metrics. These are metrics like market capitalization, liquidity, trading volume, tokenomics, and supply mechanisms of crypto assets. These metrics give you an idea of how much money is flowing in and out of a blockchain and how that might impact its value. Finally, project metrics. These include things like the white paper and roadmap of the project, who is in the team behind it, and how strong is its competition. Analyzing project metrics involves a qualitative more than a quantitative approach. Using a combination of quantitative and qualitative factors, you can derive the best view on crypto projects. It's important to note that no single metric tells the whole story. You need to take a holistic view and consider a combination of metrics to get a complete picture of a blockchain's value. So there you have it, a quick look at the key parameters to consider when evaluating a blockchain. Keep in mind that this is by no means an exhaustive list and that the crypto space is constantly changing, so it's important to stay up to date with the latest developments. Now that we covered the key parameters to consider, let's talk about how to actually use fundamental analysis the right way. First things first, you need to gather data. This can be done by watching proven channels on YouTube, reading white papers, and consulting data websites. It's also important to gather information directly from the source. That means visiting the website of the project or checking out their GitHub repository. Once you've gathered all of this information, it's time to analyze it. This is where things can get a little tricky. There's a lot of data to sift through, and it can be hard to know what's important and what's not. One way to make sense of it all is to use a framework. Like we mentioned earlier, there are different frameworks out there for examining blockchains, but the goal is always the same: to identify strong metrics that can't easily be gamed. But what if you don't want to spend hours poring over data and trying to make sense of it all? That's where our spreadsheet comes in. It is specifically designed to explore the most important parameters for size and growth of the biggest proof-of-stake blockchains, and it does all the heavy lifting for you. When it comes to analyzing the health of a blockchain, it's important to remember that metrics should never be considered in isolation. One metric alone can't give you the full picture of a project's size. Take the example of Solana blockchain, which has way more daily transactions than Ethereum. At first glance, this may seem like a great metric, and it is, but it doesn't give us the complete picture. On the other hand, when we look at the ecosystem of Ethereum, it's some 30 times bigger and has a 30 to 50 times stronger DeFi space. It also has better overall metrics performance than Solana. This means that even though Solana has more daily transactions, Ethereum as a project is still drastically stronger. If we were to only look at the number of daily transactions, we would be missing out on this crucial information. In order to truly understand the health of a blockchain, investors must combine metrics and look at them in relation to one another. By using multiple metrics and analyzing the relationships between them, we can get a more comprehensive understanding of a blockchain's potential. It's like a puzzle. Each metric is a piece that contributes to the overall picture. And by looking at the whole picture, we can make more informed decisions about which blockchain to invest in. Instead of just looking at a collection of numbers for each cryptocurrency project, our spreadsheet takes a more prudent approach by combining multiple metrics, which allows for a more comprehensive analysis and better understanding of a blockchain's real value and traction. We look at quantitative things like network and developer activity, ecosystem size and growth, and centralization rate, but we also take into account financial metrics like market capitalization of native coins. But we don't just stop at gathering data, we also make sense of it. We use all the data and compare the results to rank the blockchains based on their performance. We also investigate the performance and the market value to see whether the project is over or underpriced for what it really offers. It is like a report card for blockchains, where user can see which ones are excelling and which ones are falling behind. And with this ranking, Investors can gain better insights about which blockchain are over or undervalued at any given time. Cantor Sheet is designed to be an affordable, one-step solution for every retail investor. It focuses on proof-of-stake blockchains because they are less risky and more reliable projects that still have the potential for a serious profit. Proof-of-stake blockchains represent a fundamental technology of the crypto space, and by giving priority to them, our spreadsheet targets a specific and established area of the blockchain market. It's a perfect tool to make better decisions, and it's easy to use. And all of that at a fraction of the cost of similar products available on the market. Well folks, that's it for this video. We hope that this video has helped you understand the importance of fundamental analysis in the crypto market. We've covered a lot of information, from the basics to the key parameters you need to be aware of when assessing a blockchain. But remember, fundamental analysis is just one part of the puzzle. Building general knowledge about the crypto space and the technology behind it is important too. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the market and make profitable investments. If you haven't already, make sure to check out our Patreon page to get access to Cantor Sheet and see which project is the most undervalued right now. You will also get access to our community on Telegram, where you can ask any question about blockchain analysis and follow up on our work. Plus, you'll be helping us improve and automatize our service. The link will be in the description. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch our video. If you liked it, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content on fundamentals in crypto. We'll see you in the next one.